Combinations. The good news about combinations, there's only one way. That's it. One way to do combinations. Anybody remember? Bingo, it's NCR. Ooh, you can't see that. So, if you're going to try to find combinations, you're just going to do NCR and that's it. So, if I said to you, well, actually, how many are in this room at the moment? 12, 16 of you. 16 people. I'm going to pull a 4-person committee. I want to know, how many different 4-person committees can I make? How many different groups of 4 of them can I pick? 16 people. I got 16 to start with. I'm picking 4 of you. And you're going to go to your calculator and let it do the work for you. 1820. So the difference is, which should come out bigger, permutations or combinations? Permutations, because if you're making patterns, there's going to be much more possible patterns than just the number of groups you can pick.
We're not doing conditional probability, are we?
Not this today. Comes later. Alright, so we're not going to do all these on the next screen.
Right there.
In fact, actually, are you guys comfortable with the permutations and combinations, or do I need to talk through these problems? I need to talk part one. Do one? Okay. Okay, first one. You got 3 orange basketballs, 2 soccer balls, 5 volleyballs. You're going to arrange them in a line. Okay, you should assume that all the basketballs look exactly the same, all the volleyballs look exactly the same. So how many ways can you do it? So the permutation. Okay, so you're adding them up, you're saying there's 10 total, so you're doing 10 factorial.
And then it's over 3 factorial, 3 factorial, and 5.
Yes, because each type of ball looks exactly the same, so you have to divide by the alike ones. And that comes out to 2,520. This one I do, yeah. Actually, I'm probably more interested in what method would you work in this one? 6 cheerleaders in a line, the 2 head cheerleaders have to be in the center.
You gotta put them in a line.
Yes, because I said certain people had to be in certain spots, you gotta draw the blank. Okay, because when I go to the middle, there's only those 2 and 1 choices there.
You got 4, 3, and 2, 1 on the other side.
Yes, and then I would have 4, 3, 2, and 1 left on the edge.
Boom.
12, 24, 48.
Why do you do the 2, 1 again?
Because the head cheerleaders have to be in the middle, so there would only be 2 choices for who could stand there, and then there would only be 1 person left who could stand there. Because once you put 1 person there, there's only 1 other head cheerleader left.
And then there's 4 other cheerleaders.
And then there's still 4 other cheerleaders left, so then we went 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, so.
48.
And then last but not least, here I want to make a committee of 2 men and 2 women. You got 6 men and 5 women to choose from. How do you do it? Because I let them pick multiple groups.
You have to do like the combination times.
The combination and do 2 of them.
Yes, it's a combination times a combination. Okay, so doing men first. How many men are there?
And you went 2 of them.
And you want 2 men.
5.
5 women, and you need 2 of them. And you let it do the work. That'll be 15 times 10, that'll be 150.
How'd you do that in your head?
How did I do that in my head? Okay, in the interest of time, I wasn't spending a lot of time on this, but when your calculator does NCR, what it does is it does the total factorial, it subtracts the 2 numbers, factorial, and then it also does that second one. So, no, I didn't, I took it off this year because I'm shorting this down. So, what I did was I went, oh, that's 6 factorial, the difference in them is 4, and I would also have the 2. The 2 numbers on the bottom make it add up to the number on the top. But then if you think about canceling it, the top 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, there's 4, 3, 2, 1, and a 2, 1, that cancels. So I just did 30 divided by 2, which I can do in my head, if you think about what cancels.
So wait, what does become 150?
Okay, so that one was 15. This one, I know, since I know it's a 2, I know I'm gonna be left with 5, 4 divided by 2, 1, which is from the process. So that would be 20 divided by 2, or 10.
Why not give the 15?
15 times 10 is 850.
Why, okay, keep going, because
Just
that's.
keep going,
Whoa.
I didn't know this.
Yeah.
You're crazy.
Why 6?
Did you see how fast she
Because
did
they
that?
said 6 men.
Faster than calculator.
Us,
6 men, and you're supposed to have 2 on them.
yeah, but 6 times 2 is 12.
And 5 women, you're supposed to have 2. So 6 men
No, you
chose
gotta do
2,
6 factorial.
5 women
And then the
chose 2.
bottom is 4 factorial with 2 factorial. Yeah. And the 4,
So this
3,
one is men,
2, 1,
And
so
this one is women.
that's 5, which is 30 divided by 2.
Find the probability. This is where life gets trickier. Okay.
Get it.
What's the difference between probability and odds? We've beat you to death with it for years. Yeah.
Likely to happen over total, not gonna happen.
So, number way to
Happen or not happen.
proceed, thank you, over,
Over failure.
Failure.
No, total.
over total for probability, whereas odds is,
Number of ways to succeed.
odds is succeed over fail. Okay. So you've seen this plenty before. Simone, does that sound familiar to you? You've not done this?
It's pretty easy.
Okay, so. Okay, so now let's actually cut over here. Your grandma, you have a unique grandma who keeps a unique cookie jar. In her cookie jar, there are 3 $100 bills, 5 20s, and 6 $5 bills. Okay, for your birthday, grandma lets you reach in and draw out 3 bills. Okay?
You take advantage of the trick that you want.
So, we wanna see what, we wanna go for the most we can get, so hey, what's the probability we'll get the $100, get a $100 bill and 220?
You guys, you're not focusing, and I really need to pay attention.
So I want to select one $100 bill and 2 20s. You're picking multiple items, so we can't do it nice and simple now. This only works here when we're picking one person. Now we're picking multiple. So I have to know, to be successful here, I have to know how many ways are there to get one $100 bill and 2 20s. So I need to know how many groups of $100 bill and 2 $20 bills are there that I could pick? How many groups could I pick? Combinations. If you recall, most probability problems are worked with combinations. So you're gonna go, okay, pick a $100 bill. How many do you have? 3. How many do you want to pick? 1. And that's the $100 bill. Okay, then I also need to pick 2 20s. So how many 20s do I have? 5 20s, and I want to pick 2 of them. Then over total, I have how many total bills. There were 14 total, and I wanna pick a total of 3.
When do you add them? That's how you add them.
There is a place when you add,
We won't get there today.
we will get there today. Okay, notice this said 120. 100 and 20.
Or,
There's and or there's or. One of them means multiply, one of them means add, which is which? Yes. If you see the word and, you should multiply. If they say this or this, you'll add. That will help to some extent. So on this one then, you just need to crunch. I would put a fraction symbol on my calculator, put all those in and let it do its thing. Do I have it? I should say, yeah, I do have it. 15 over 100, no, 15 over 182. Okay, now, here's the wrinkle. That was the probability. What if I said find the odds of this instead of probability? Okay, my question is, can you do odds directly?
no,
Because if you try to do ways to fail, think about how many ways to fail there would be. Failing would be getting all $300 bills. Failing would be getting 3 5s. There'd be so many different ways to fail, you could never sit and calculate all the ways to fail. So yes, you always find probability first, and then if I ask you to do odds, you just calculate odds off of probability. So if that's successes, can I go over it? If this is successes over total, odds is successes over failures.
And the failure is the opposite of the success.
Yeah, so if there's 15 ways to succeed, how many ways were there to fail? 182 minus 15 would be 167. So that's how you get odds. You just subtract. 15 over 167, I don't have a decimal on it.
You actually using like decimals?
Okay, on these, I am okay with decimal answers, or I'm okay with fraction answers. If you give me decimals, I want 3 significant digits. Okay, what do you mean by 3 significant digits?
Like non-zeros.
So like if your answer is 0.017,
That's only 2.
that's only 2. So 0 that's a placeholder doesn't count as significant. So give me 3 significant digits if you're doing decimals. As you know, your calculator will produce it simplified. Your calculator will produce it simplified as a fraction. So you might, I just leave it that way most of the time.
Well, you can't tell it.
I mean, you can tell it's approximated later,
Yeah.
but your calculator is going to produce it with a fraction more than likely.
But there's a way to approximate it with control enter.
Yeah, control enter will turn it decimal. Okay, that's basic probability. Why do I have that there? I don't know. Ignore this, looks like the same thing to me. It does, it looks like the exact same thing. Oh, no, it wasn't.
Yeah, we're doing and all stuff.
Now I know, I just must have killed the problem. Okay, suppose I wanted you to find the probability this time of getting two $100 bills and 120, or I wanted the probability you got all 3 as $5. So
you gotta add you gotta do 2 total problems and then you gotta add them together.
bingo. Why did you say add?
Because there's an or in
There's an or in there, and or means you add. So do them separately. Okay, how do I get 200s and 120?
2
Hundreds, how many are there? There's 3 of them. We need 2. And and times
20, there's 5 of them.
520s, and we want 1. Or, so the add 3 $5 bills, so that's a separate one. Now, how many 5s are there? 6, so there's 6 of them total,
You only want 3.
and we're only gonna use 3 of them. Okay, then grand total,
14.
there's still 14 total bills, and you actually are only taking how many here? You're still only taking 3. And so then you can shove that whole thing in your calculator. Okay, I don't think that one worked. That'll be 3 times 5, that's 15. 15 plus 20. I think it's 35 over whatever 14C3 is, and 14C3 is too big for my brain. But I don't know if that was reduced or not.